Hi guys, welcome to Success Corner. We are back with daily physics MCQs. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Question 1. A person A is sitting in one train while another person B is in the second train. The trains are moving with velocities 60 meter per second and 40 meter per second respectively in the same direction. Then the velocity of B relative to A will be. Now you have to remember that the question asks velocity of B relative to A. So velocity of B relative to A will be velocity of B minus velocity of A. Therefore, the answer which we'll get is 40 minus 60, that is minus 20. So the minus sign here denotes that it is in the opposite direction. Therefore, the correct answer will be option 4, that is 20 meter per second in the direction opposite to that of the trains. Question 2. The resistance of a wire is 20 ohms. It is so stretched that the length becomes 3 times. Then the new resistance of the wire will be. To solve such type of questions, one thing you can do is either solve it using R is equal to rho L by A, and here you will keep the volume as constant, so you will get the new L and new A and you can solve it. But there is also a simple way for this. So you can use R is directly proportional to L square. So here, as L has become 3 times, the new R will become 9 times of the previous R because it is L square. It is related to L by L square. So the new R will be R dash is equal to 9 into the previous resistance, that is 20 ohms. So the correct answer which you will get is 180 ohms, that is option 4. Question 3. The speed v of a car moving on a straight road changes according to the equation v square is equal to a plus bx, where a and b are positive constants. Then the magnitude of acceleration in the course of such motion will be. And here x is the distance traveled. Now we know that acceleration is dv by dt, but here the equation is with respect to x and not with respect to t. So we'll have to modify the formula dv by dt in forms of x. When you do that, you get acceleration is equal to v dv by dx. Now v dv by dx can also be written as 1 by 2 differentiation of v square by dx. So when you differentiate v square, you will get b, and so the final answer which you get is b by 2. Now from this we come to know that acceleration is not dependent on distance or time. That means acceleration is constant. So the correct answer will be option 3, it stays constant. Question 4. E denotes electric field in a uniform conductor. I corresponding current through it. Vd drift velocity of electrons and P denotes thermal power produced in the conductor. In which of the following graphs is incorrect? To solve this, you should either know the direct relations between them. You can also derive it. So I will show you how to derive it. So you know that V is equal to IR, and V, the potential, can be also written as E into L. So E will be IR by L. Now you can replace R with resistivity. You know R is equal to rho L by A. So when you substitute it, you get E is equal to I rho by A. And you can also write I as NEAVD. So when you solve this, you get E is directly proportional to VD. So let's come to the first option, VD, and there's a straight line. So VD is directly proportional to E. So option 1 is correct. Now option 2, there is a parabolic curve. So now let's come to power. You know the formula of power is P is equal to I square R. That means P is directly proportional to I square. And when you replace it with the in forms of electric field, you get P is directly proportional to E square. So second option is also correct, as it is a parabolic curve, and option 4 is also correct because P is directly proportional to I square. So the only option left is option 3. So it is incorrect. If you want to check it, you can write the formula of power in forms of Vd by substituting it from the first equation, and you will get that it is not directly proportional to Vd. So the incorrect graph is option 3. Question 5. You drop a ball from a window located on an upper floor of a building. It strikes the ground with speed v. You now repeat the drop, but your friend down on the ground throws another ball upwards at the same speed v, releasing his ball at the same moment that you drop yours from the window. At some location, the ball pass each other. The location is. So questions like these are very common. This does not include calculations, but some other questions might include calculations in similar type of questions. So this one can be solved conceptually. So as the two balls have been thrown simultaneously, the one which you drop has an initial velocity 0, and the one which your friend throws has an initial velocity v. Now assume that they pass each other at some location x. Now the thing which you have to keep in mind is when you drop a ball, the average speed during its time of flight till it crosses that point, the point in which at which the two balls pass each other, that point, the average speed of the ball which you drop will be less than the average speed of the ball that is thrown by your friend. If the average speeds would have been equal, then they would have met at half point. But as the ball which you have dropped has an average speed less than that of the ball that your friend has thrown, that means that it will meet above the halfway point. So the correct answer here will be option 2. Question 6. A voltmeter with resistance 2500 ohm indicates a voltage of 125 volts in the circuit shown in the figure. What is the series resistance to be connected to voltmeter so that it indicates 100 volt? Consider ideal battery. So first thing which you have to remember in this question is that the total EMF will remain the same. So the total EMF will remain 125 volts. So in the question it is mentioned that when you add a resistance, the voltmeter indicates 100 volts. That means if the total EMF is conserved, then the voltage through the resistance, and as they have been connected in series, the current will be same. So we know that current is V by R. So as the current is same, the voltage through voltmeter is 100 and the resistance is 2500, and the voltage through resistance will be 25 volts, and its resistance is what we have to find is R. So when you solve this, you get R is equal to 625 ohms. So the correct answer will be option 1. Question 7. The resistance of hot tungsten filament is about 10 times the cold resistance. What will be the resistance of 100 watt and 200 volt lamp when not in use? So we know that power is equal to V square by R. So we can calculate R from this formula. R is equal to V square by power. V is given 200 volts and power is 100 watt. So you get resistance equal to 400 ohms. Now in the question it is mentioned that resistance of hot tungsten filament is 10 times the cold resistance. So when the lamp is not in use, so the resistance of cold tungsten lamp will be R hot divided by 10 because it is 10 times. So the answer which you will get is 40 ohms. So the correct answer is option 3. Question 8. A projectile A is projected from ground. An observer B running on ground with uniform velocity of magnitude V observes A to move along a straight line. The time of flight of A as measured by B is t. Then the range R of projectile on ground is. Now as the observer B running on the ground sees a projectile A as moving along a straight line, that means that the velocity of B is equal to u cos theta, that is the horizontal component of velocity of A. So V is equal to u cos theta. Now to find range, we know that range is equal to u cos theta into t, where t is the time period. And the time period of the projectile as measured by B is also the time period of the projectile itself. So R is equal to u cos theta t, but u cos theta is equal to V. So R is equal to Vt. That means the correct answer is option 1. Question 9. A galvanometer having a resistance of 50 ohm gives a full scale deflection for a current of 0.05 ampere. The length of a resistance wire of area of cross section 2.97 into 10 to the power minus 2 centimeter square that can be used to convert the galvanometer into an ammeter which can read a maximum of 5 ampere current is, and the specific resistance of the wire is 5 into 10 to the power minus 7 ohm meter. Now in this type of questions we know that I by Ig is equal to 1 plus G by S. This is a simple formula which you need to remember. इस टाइप के सारे क्वेश्चंस आराम से सॉल्व हो जाएंगे उससे. So you know I is the maximum current, that is 5 ampere, and Ig is the current through the galvanometer full scale deflection, that is 0.05 ampere. So 5 by 0.05 is equal to 1 plus resistance of galvanometer, that is 50, divided by the resistance of the wire needed. So when you solve this, you get that S is equal to 50 by 99, and S is resistance of the wire. Now you know resistance is equal to rho into L by A, and you know rho, that is 5 into 10 to the power minus 7, and we also know the area, that is 2.97 into 10 to the power minus 2. So when you solve this for L, you get L is equal to 3 meters. So the correct option here is option 3. Question 10. A man A is sitting in the rear end of a long compartment of a train running at a constant horizontal velocity, tosses a coin to a person B near the front end of the compartment. The trajectory of the coin as seen by B and a person C on the ground will have. So when the coin is tossed from the rear end to the front end, the coin will have a horizontal component of velocity and a vertical component of velocity. So for the person B and a person C on the ground, the vertical component of velocity will remain the same, because the train is moving in horizontal direction, not the vertical direction. So the vertical component is same. So as vertical component is same, that means that the vertical range observed by these two will be the same. But in case of the horizontal range, we need the horizontal velocity. Now the horizontal velocity for the person C on the ground will be the horizontal component of the trajectory of will be the horizontal component of the speed by which the coin is tossed plus the velocity of the train. But for the observer B, it will only be the horizontal component of the speed at which the coin is tossed. That means that the horizontal range will not be the same for B and C. So from the options, we get that the correct answer is option 3, that is equal vertical range, as the vertical velocities were the same but different horizontal ranges, as the horizontal velocities as observed by B and C were different. So these were today's 10 MCQs. I hope you liked this video. So please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.